Hello, my name is Karen Darnall, and this is Carol Mack. We practice law together in Southern California. We created these tutorials to help small business owners like us.
HIPAA standards are meant to be flexible and scalable for small facilities, but you have to read the rules before you can apply them. That's not an easy task.
These tutorials will help you get around the jargon so you can understand the law, and will help you with vocabulary and will guide you through each requirement. Each video covers part of the code followed by a story to demonstrate how that section works.
The first video has a timeline to give you a perspective over the entire subject, and it introduces the main characters appearing in our vignettes.
Our stories involve the Pruitt Medical Group. The office sits on the corner of the plaza in the fictitious town of Single Peak, California. Priscilla Pruitt started the practice in 1970. Her husband Hudson joined the practice in 1986. Hudson always liked computers, but Priscilla preferred the typewriter. In 1996, President Clinton signed HIPAA into law. HIPAA stood for the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. Congress intended to improve health insurance through accountability rules and by simplifying the administration of health insurance. Simplification rules were provided in Title II. Title II established the electronic data interchange to make HIPAA transactions more efficient. The electronic data interchange needed privacy rules, but these didn't exist in 1996. Congress then asked the Department of Health and Human Services, or HHS, to submit recommendations on standards with respect to the privacy of individually identifiable health information. Congress failed to enact laws within 36 months, so they delegated authority for HHS to promulgate final regulations on privacy. HHS's first proposed rule came in late 1999. The agency was flooded with public comments. Several months later, they published the final rule, and complaints kept coming because some rules were too complicated to follow. HHS then backpedaled and opened a second period of public comment. Another year and a half went by before they published the modified privacy rule. The first compliance deadline was in 2003. The Pruitt Medical Group was prepared. They had NPP brochures ready to hand to their patients. HHS published the security rule in 2003, and they made it effective in 2005. Privacy and security regulations were codified in Part 164. In 2005, the privacy rule had only 3 subparts. Hudson was using the computer for correspondence at that time, not billing. Bell, the biller, used paper invoices and phone calls to collect payments. The doctors were using X-ray films, not electronic media. They sent prescriptions to the pharmacy by fax. The security rule only applied and still only applies to electronic PHI. Paper, fax, and telephone calls are not electronic media. The Pruitt Medical Group dodged the security rule and acquired more and more paper. For many years, HIPAA violations weren't prosecuted. CMS was initially responsible for enforcing transaction rules and security rules. The Office for Civil Rights was only responsible for the privacy rule. In 2008, Hudson and Priscilla heard about HIPAA violations in the news. Several UCLA employees were fired for snooping medical records. The governor's wife was a victim, and several other celebrity records were snooped. In September 2008, the governor of California signed new legislation to strengthen medical privacy for the state. Cal-OHI became the lead agency for enforcement in California. Then President Obama was elected in November 2008. In February, Obama signed the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. The Stimulus Act earmarked $18 billion for health information technology. Part of that money would be used to lure doctors into using electronic records. Hudson and Priscilla took the bait. In 2011, the Pruitt's lawyer helped them update their HIPAA policies. Computer Guy helped them purchase a new system that complied with the new high-tech standards. High-tech introduced new privacy and security rules and a new subpart for breach notification. In July 2009, the security rule was removed from CMS jurisdiction, and authority to enforce the security rule was transferred to the Office for Civil Rights. OCR took responsibility for regulating all of the new high-tech provisions. In August 2009, OCR published interim high-tech rules, but these were not finalized until January 2013. Almost every section of 160 and 164 had to be amended to incorporate business associates. High-tech placed business associates directly under OCR control. Hudson and Priscilla asked Computer Guy to review the new high-tech rules, and he agreed to sign a new business associate contract. High-tech modifications of the accounting rule still have not been adopted yet. OCR is still conducting meetings on the accounting rule. We'll update these tutorials as the rules change.
Thank you in advance for comments and suggestions.